You must have a guy in your friend group or something who always need permission from the parents to whenever go out or something, stay late or something like this. They could never function without their parent. And they are those friends I consider the most or most unreliable ones. Like they didn't have strength to pull up to a situation where they actually need it. So I have really low trust on these people. There are only few of my friends who can take their own decision or something where their parent doesn't interfere or something. Whenever my mom hear this, she shouts at me like, "Yeah, you are the bad one. These guys are good one. They listen to their parents or something." Okay, I understand. But if you ask me, they are terrible. One of the reason is that they never revolted in the house. They still being man child in their house, and very low trust. Like you cannot trust these guys. And it's not that they don't want to hang out with the boys or something like this. But if these guys want to go out with girl or something like that, their interest, they're gonna lie in their family or something. They're gonna come up with a lie. They will eventually do it. And for boys they will never do it, so we call it dogla uh, in our Hindi language. So that is a friend, we call it dogla. And worst part of that, he might be using your name to go out or sneak out from his house, like, okay, I'm going to this dude's house or something like this, I'm going with him, and you don't know that this is doing, and he been using your name for consistent time. And in future anything bad goes, their parent is gonna think you have spoiled it, you have spoiled their kid or something like this. So there are a lot of friends like me, like is there like that. And even though there are the next level of this, is the worst one, who actually don't want to hang out with you or something like this, or will not indulge in plan or something like this, but they are so coward to tell their own opinion. They are such they don't have this heart or the bravery, you can say, to accept that, hey, I'm busy, I have work, I'm not interested to go out or something. So instead they will come up with a excuse that, oh, my family will not let me go or something. But this guy himself doesn't want it. If really want it, he can go. So these are the worst one even. And for me it's like a opposite. Like I have revolted so much in my family. Like from the kid, nobody asked me anything. Like never question where I go and something like this, and it's totally earned what I have lived my life through. From my childhood I've shown them that how trustable I could be. Whenever my exams were, or whenever I were in some difficult situation, I showed them how to deal with them without depending on them each other. I was so reliable from childhood on myself, so independent from get go, that my parents understood that this kid doesn't need a supervision or something like this. So that was the earned thing over there. And one of the reason I don't want to trust these other kids as well, like in terms of like if you need some help or something, these guys never gonna come through. They're gonna always, oh, my parents won't tell, my parents will not do this, they will, like a pussy, will do certain kind of thing. And for my case, I actually use it in the opposite direction. I like my friends will be too much calling me to come out play with something like this, and I want my mother to step in between and say, hey, no, he's busy, don't spoil him or something like this. But doesn't happen. My parents like, go, 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 please go, like, hey, he came from so far, you should go, you should not work or something like that. Suppose it, which I'm pissed a bit, little bit. And even worse, when my relatives comes, they are the red flag of all time. If I hang out with my relatives, I don't know if I could come back in 2 foot again. Like they are rash driver, unplanned. Most of them are really addict. They will always ask me to indulge in the things which I don't do, like alcohol. And my mother don't know it, and I cannot even snitch on them to my parents. And my parents will force them. No, no, go with them. And did recently had fight with my mom that, hey, why you let me go out with them? You never stop me, like, hey, you have work or something like this. And I on purpose intentionally placed that situation whenever these relative asked me to hang out in front of my mom, so that she could come up and be smart and understand my feeling and say no, as a elder parent. That way I don't have to know say no every time. But my parent doesn't understand any of those things, and instead of saving my ass, she will throw me, and in the end I will come back and say, hey, you should have stopped me or something like this. but they never do. So I'm on the different spectrum altogether. Whereas my some friends who are still taking permission are very unreliable, and these are the same people when they get married, the authorityhood will go to their woman, right? Their new master will be their woman, and then woman will run the house and lead the relation to fucking failure. That is so true. Not failure, like I've seen whenever a woman lead, like even she has the right intention or something like this, the method is such a way that it is not feasible, it is not very manly or something like this. Call me misogynist, but yeah, that is what I have seen in my experience. And the wife and mom, the old master, the new master will always fight, and this puppet will go here and there. This puppet will even cut off with friends, and because he was not with their bros anymore, so he will be a fucking lonely, pathetic guy who listens to everybody and doesn't has opinion or something. I think a lot of women will agree to this kind of guy.